Hey guys, what is up? I'm Ian the Junkernaut, and I have a very little, kind of a cool video I just wanted to share with you guys. Right now, I am trying to do a project where I mold and cast some small swords and weapons, maybe to use as jewelry like earrings for my wife. But really, this whole project is just an excuse for me to learn more about mold making and casting things both in metal and in plastic or whatever. First one I decided to do, just because I had it lying around, was one of these Final Fantasy swords. We decided to go with this one because it was one of the biggest and had a fair amount of, bold shapes on it. So I did a very simple plaster of Paris mold. Essentially, I glued down the thing flat into a small plastic, it's actually a yogurt lid. And then after it dried, I just sprayed some Pam on top, and actually poured another layer on top to give the second half of the mold. I was planning on casting this in some zinc, which I actually have some that I've been kind of experimenting melting down from some scrap metal. And really not like a how-to at all, it's just an experiment, Well, the moment's pretty much here. I'm kind of nervous. So we're going to cast it on real thick, apparently. That wasn't exactly on purpose, but... And then we're going to... You can see it's already pretty much hardened. You can see we did get some of the detail from the handle. Not a lot, though. And I'm back for try number 2. Probably won't have much better luck, but, it's worth just using it as a learning experience, if nothing else. So we've got our mold, and we cut 2 holes in it, which we probably should have done on the other side, but at the time it just kind of made sense to do it this way. The 2 pieces of the mold are sandwiched together, and we are going to try and pour the metal into these 2 access holes, and then because we got a glove on this time, we can try and shake it a little bit, just try and get it to fill more of the mold. Did we get any in there? Because without injection molding or vacuum molding, I'm trying to think of how you can do a little bit more intricate shapes like this. Yeah, you can see from the underside here that where we poured the metal in, it didn't go all the way across to meet in the middle of the blade. There just wasn't enough space. There was too much air. And then on the other side we poured it in, it started to get into a couple of the details on this side, but then we had what looks like a big air bubble come up right there. Go ahead and break it out of here to see. Fairly poor first try into some metal casting. Just doing half a casting as well, since we already destroyed the top half. But because I know I'm only doing half of it, I'm trying to give a little bit more definition into the side that is going to be cast, to give it a little bit more thickness and a more recognizable shape. So I'm literally basically carving the details a little bit deeper and more noticeably. What happens if we try and heat it on there? I don't even know. The thing that I'm just realizing is that the surface tension on liquid metal is so much higher than you would think it is. It wants to bubble up into a ball, so even with it being on the thing, on the mold, being heated up liquid, it sometimes would rather bead up into a ball than have part of it go down into the mold. Here is actually what the last cast of the mold looked like after about 20 minutes of sanding, and we only cast one side, so this side, once we sanded it, you know, it's just flat, so that side doesn't have any real definition, but this side, it really doesn't look that bad, you know. Obviously I had to cut this little slot because that was all connected back together, and then I, you know, filed out a lot of these edges. I drilled a hole here so I could put that on a necklace or key rings. So you have a lot more finer detail, and then the top, you know, a lot more, not nearly as nice, but still pretty cool. And definitely thank you for checking this video out. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up below and subscribe for more content, and thanks for learning along with me. I hope to see you in another one.